Resources, inspiring interviews, business practices, and practical advice to take your art career to the next level. Join Sergio Gomez in today's Artist Next Level and get ready to take control of your career.
Hello friends, welcome to another episode of the Artist Next Level podcast. I am super excited to have you here today. Well, this is the end of 2017. We are starting a new year pretty soon, 2018. Maybe by the time you listen to this particular episode, it's already 2018, in which if that's the case, I want to say Happy New Year. Well, my friends, what I want to do today, instead of having a guest to talk to, I thought I would do what I did this time last year, which was giving you the top 5 most downloaded podcast episodes of the year. So today I'm going to share with you the top 5 most downloaded episodes of 2017. And as you know, every year there's about 52 episodes, which because I do one episode per week. So out of those 52, I selected the top 5 according to the statistics that were downloaded from the Artist Next Level podcast, which it was pretty awesome to find out. Quite a surprise. Also, not really a surprise because I knew these were quite popular episodes. So here we go. The number 5 in the list was episode number 115, from attorney to full-time artist Justin Binning on building a sustainable art career from the ground up. This was an awesome interview in which Justin talks about his journey of how, after studying and graduating as an attorney and doing art on the side, he decided to do a 360-degree change of career and lifestyle and leave law behind and become a full-time artist. It's an awesome episode. You do not want to miss. If you missed it, go back into the archives and check it out. Episode 115. Justin Binning again takes us through that journey in this particular episode, and he tells us, why he became an artist, how he did it, and most important, which I think that's what brings a lot of value and why people love this particular episode, is because he talks about how he built his career from the ground up. I mean, not going through art school, but rather doing it all himself from scratch. He talks about his marketing strategies, his sales strategies, how he approaches galleries, how he's strategizing his career to move forward. It's a really fantastic episode that I think you do not want to miss. I highly recommend it. I get a lot of artists who sometimes come and send me questions. Hey, Sergio, I didn't go to art school. Is there hope for me? Do I have a future in the art world? And I always say, yes, you do. And I always recommend episode 115 for that particular reason, because Justin gives us a great story, a great layout of how to build a sustainable art career from the ground up. So if you missed it, 115 is for you. So that was number 5. Now, episode that came in 4th place of the most downloaded podcast of 2017, and I should be doing drum rolls here. That was episode 109, Protecting Yourself from Art Scams, a conversation with Renee Laverne-Rose. This was also a really, really awesome episode in which I had a wonderful conversation with gallery owner Renee Laverne-Rose. And Renee is a very active gallerist and also working with Artsy. She has an Artsy account and she has her own gallery here in Chicago. And we talk about art scams, which are very popular, how bad people are trying to scam artists and galleries too, trying to hide themselves as collectors who are interested in a particular artist and so on. And then all of a sudden, boom, they don't pay, or they pay with fake checks, or there's all kinds of dubious activities. So it's a great conversation because Renee talks about this from her personal stories, and also kind of provides us some ways in which we can protect ourselves as artists, or if you're a gallery as well. What are some of the red flags to watch out for when one of these things comes along? So it's a great conversation with Renee. She shares also her story, how she became a gallery owner and how she's running her career and her gallery. And definitely this is something that as artists we need to know about, we need to be protected from, and we always need to be on the lookout and spreading the word out to other artists so that they don't fall victims of these dubious people who are trying to, scam artists and galleries. So no wonder that was one of the top most downloaded episodes of 2017, because it's valuable, wonderful information. And actually, after the episode, I kept getting emails from artists who say, thank you for covering this, thank you for telling us about these stories, or I just had an email that sounds just like the one you mentioned on the podcast, and that just saved my neck. So again, it's a great episode that you want to check out. That's episode number 109. All right, so that was number 4. Now moving up to the third most downloaded podcast episode of 2017. And that was episode 96, From the Convent to the Art World, The Journey of Annabelle Ruiz. This is a great, fascinating story. If you love stories, you're going to like episode number 96. The reason is because Annabelle takes us to this journey of serving as a nun in a convent, and having this passion for art inside of her. And when she left religious life, how she then established an art career. It has been a great journey for her. She has now established herself as an artist. She is based in Florida, and she takes us to this fascinating journey, and she has a lot of really inspiring insights and personal stories that will help you, also if you are in your own journey, as you build your own art career, as you develop yourself as an artist, or maybe if you are just starting your art career. This is a great motivational story that will help you out as well. Annabelle is awesome. She is also very well spoken, and we have a lot of laughter during the episode and a lot of great conversation as well. So you don't want to miss episode 96, because it's really a good one. And again, I'm not surprised why it came at the top of the downloads as well. So that was my number 3 most downloaded. So now let's go to the second most downloaded episode of 2017, which is episode 110. Artist Ray Bellner talks about why he started Startup Art Fair and what it can do for independent artists. This is also a great episode in which artist and also founder of the Startup Art Fair talks about, why he started an art fair. Having so many art fairs already around the world, why making a new one? Why starting another one? So he started recently, within a couple of years, the Startup Art Fair in the West Coast in California. So he talks about his story, why he felt there was a need to have an alternative fair that would cater directly to artists, that will help artists also in their journey as they prepare for the fair, during the fair, and after the fair. So he talks about that. He talks about how he's finding collectors and finding the right fit, the right artist for the art fair. And again, it's just a fascinating episode as well, in which Ray is very kind and give also some advice to artists who are thinking about participating in an art fair. What are the things to look for? What are some of the things to avoid? And being an artist himself, he also has that insight on the artist and what the artist needs to be successful when participating in international art fairs. So it's definitely an episode you don't want to miss. You want to check out and follow Ray Bellner and the Startup Art Fair as he continues to grow over the next few years, and as he continues to bring fantastic artists and high caliber artwork to the international art fair market. So definitely you don't want to miss that, episode 110. And now, my friends, for the most downloaded number 1 episode of the whole year 2017. It's a great episode, which if you're an artist, definitely you must listen to. It's episode 107 with Tim and Suzanne Smith, as they share their journey of running a thriving art gallery, Sirona Fine Arts in Miami. So definitely it's an episode that you want to listen to. In this particular episode, I had a great conversation with both Tim and Suzanne, who moved from New York, having been there for a long time, moved to the Miami area to start a gallery from scratch, without contacts, without knowing anybody there, moving from New York to Miami, completely different city, completely different ways of approaching the market. And they now run a very successful gallery, which I've been there myself as well. They really have a great business there. So it's a great story on how they did it, how they run their gallery, what is it that they look for in artists. They also provide wonderful advice on how to approach a gallery, what are the things to look for, what are the ways in which you should look into approaching a gallery. So they provide wonderful advice. If you're an artist, whether you are an emerging, mid-career, or an established artist, you will find some nuggets of information here that will be helpful for your art career. So again, this is episode 107, conversation with Tim and Suzanne Smith as they share their journey of how they run their gallery, Sierra Fine Arts. You definitely want to follow them in social media as well and see the amazing things that they're doing. And if you are down in the Florida area, in the Miami area specifically, check them out as well and visit their gallery and their openings as well. So, my friends, these are the top 5 most downloaded episodes of the whole year 2017. I hope you take some time between now and the new year, or maybe at the beginning of the new year, to go back and check out the archives of the Art Next Level, which you will find them both in iTunes or in Google Play. You can now also find them in iHeartRadio. We just started there as well. And they are also, all the notes for each episode, you will find them inside the Art Next Level website, which is theartistnextlevel.com. So go check it out. Often we put links there that are mentioned in the episodes and so on. So definitely you want to check that out. And also, if you have enjoyed the podcast for now, the whole year, maybe more, I would really appreciate if you can give us a review in iTunes. That is one way in which you can help us outrank higher in the searches there in iTunes. I would appreciate that if you can share the love. Take a couple minutes, go to iTunes, and just share how you like the Artist Next Level podcast. Is really something that I would really, really appreciate. And, it's the end of the year, so I also want to thank you for listening to this podcast. It's been now 2 years in which faithfully, just about every week, we bring you a story or an interview or advice of some sort. Sometimes it's just me and a guest. Sometimes it's Dr. Janina who joins me as well, and we provide some information for you that we feel will help your art career. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for spending the time with us. Recommend this podcast to a friend. That's another way in which you can help us. Word of mouth is the best way to get this podcast out to more people. So if you can do that for us, I would really appreciate it. So thanks again for being an awesome listener to the podcast. Follow me in Instagram at Sergio Gomez Projects if you want to see what I do in between episodes. That's a good way to stay in touch as well. Thank you again, and I will see you in 2018 at the Art Next Level. Bye.
Check out our website at www.theartistnextlevel.com, where you will find our podcast library, learn about our upcoming webinars, find resources relevant to your career, and much more. Thanks for listening to today's podcast, and we'll see you at the next level.